Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here, welcome back to another Tower of Fantasy video. Today, we got basically like a patch, a maintenance, and then if you haven't claimed it, you get 300 Dark Crystals. But right now, they added a couple of things in the game, right? Including the upcoming weapon, which is Frigg. Alright, so you can basically view it in the warehouse right here. So you can scroll all the way down and have a look. Balmung for Frigg. So based upon this, we can have a look at a couple of things. Her abilities, everything, and players have been making comparison between her in global versus her in the CN version. Now obviously this sparks a little bit of controversy. Some players weren't happy because it's like a pretty huge nerf, but some people say it's, oh no, it's more of a rebalancing. So I'm going to give you guys my take, but first, very important, we're going to check out the list of changes and let's talk about it in detail. Alright, so I'm gonna just straight up pull up, this is the CN version, we're gonna have towerfantasy.info to do a comparison. So first things first, the shatter, the charge, that one is the same, nothing changes here. The ice shell, this one is the same as well. Now the frozen domain is where the changes starts. Alright, so after using the weapon skill Fill Bull Winter, a large ice shield will be placed at your position, lasting for 25 seconds. So inside the ice shield, dodges will not be consumed. Now this is very important. I want you guys to keep in mind moving forward, dodges will not be consumed, so she has unlimited dodge inside the ice field. Alright, so while using Frigg's weapon and gain the effect Frozen Domain 1 when using ice weapons. So increase ice attack by 15% and shatter by 25%. So let's have a look at this particular one. Alright, so same applies. This time it's replaced with Frost Resonance, increase Frost attack by 15%, Frost Resistance by 25%. When you have 2 or more Frost weapons, this will activate. So they move the description for that in the skill. So this time you can see in the skill, after unleashing Fill Bull Winter, you get a 25% as well, and you also get the 25% increased shatter when you do the Frost weapon. So here's the thing, everything is still the same, it's just they move this away. It's still 25 seconds, it's still 30 seconds cooldown, with the exception that Frigg basically gets Frost Resonance, right? So what are the changes then? So the changes is going to start from the dodge skill. This is where it's huge. So this one, the multi-slash. So unleash multiple slashes. Basically, you dodge and then you press slash. So unleash multiple slashes at a set distance in front of the user, dealing total damage equal to 143.9% of attack plus 8. Now the thing is, in CN, this value is almost 250%. Alright, it's about 200+%, basically reduced by half. So imagine her modifier reduced by half. And this is basically her entire skill set. Her entire kit revolves around dodging and doing this multi-slash. Like I mentioned earlier, she has unlimited dodge. Alright, so the number of dodges you can perform will not be deducted when you perform the Balmung dodge within the Frost domain. So it makes her kit is surrounding this dodge attack. She's supposed to have this unlimited dodge in that area to constantly spam the dodge and then attack. So that's how ideally you want to use her. And this significantly reduces her DPS potential. So you can see why, even though she got Frost Resonance, reducing this is a huge reduction, more than 117%. If it's nerfed by 20% or 50%, that's fair, but it's more than 100% multiplier reduction. So that's a lot. Alright, so keep in mind, that's number one thing. That's the biggest thing basically that players have been complaining about. So the next thing that we can talk about is her 1-star is the same. Alright, as far as I know, there's no changes between the 1-star. So you can see right here, it will still be the same. So she gains 1 frostiness point every time you receive 550% times frost attack of damage in the frost domain. Actually, this one is translation error. It's not every time you receive, but it's every time you deal this amount of damage. So every time you deal damage, it's not you receive damage. Apparently, I've been told that this is a translation mistake. So up to 10 frost points can be accumulated. So when frost domain ends, frostiness points times frost attack times 95% of blast damage will be dealt to all enemies in the frost domain. So after leaving the frost domain, she will lose frostiness point every 3 seconds. So basically, when you unleash the Frost Domain, you do as much damage as you can, right? So hopefully, when the duration ends, you will deal an additional blast to everyone surrounding that area. So this one is still same. The 2-star is still the same. Now let's talk about the 3-star. 3-star and 6-star is where there's a bit of difference. So the 3-star increased frostiness limit to 15 when using discharge skills of frost weapons in the frost domain, deal damage equal to 25% of frost attack. So this 25% is reduced. Alright, the multiplier here is reduced, now it's 20%. So the discharge skills, ideally you get a little bit of reduction right there, the 5%. Again, this one is not that huge, it's only like 5%, which is fair. Alright, so compared to what we just saw, the 100% reduction in the dodge attack, this one is only 5%, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Now the next one, again at 4-star is the same. 5-star is also the same, this one is still 35%. Now the 6-star one, once you reach 15 points frost points while inside the ice field, you will grant additional effect called the Frozen Domain 2. Now when use ice weapons, increase ice attack by 25%. Now this one, apparently, it's being changed. Instead of 25%, they changed it to 12%. Again, more than half a reduction right here. So you're gonna get, 25% now becomes 12%. So you can see she's definitely going to miss some damage from here, from being a 6-star, right? So in CN version, she's definitely way stronger. And the huge impact is going to probably be from the dodge. So I'm not sure how this will impact players generally. Now, one question that I get asked a lot is how good is Frigg going to be in the future, right? So obviously right now, Frigg is going to come in September 1st, so in less than a week. So obviously if you're pulling for Frigg right now, she's going to feel really strong because we are still early on in the phase, which is fair. Alright, so Frigg is going to be strong early on. I don't think that's a concern that players have. A lot of free-to-play players, their concern is more about how future-proof is Frigg. Will Frigg still be future-proof when other characters come, like Saki Fuwa for example. If you guys are not aware, Saki Fuwa is another ice character, a frost resonance character, this character right here. Alright, so she's apparently a strong character as well, and she's the core of the ice resonance in CN, but in global, Frigg will be having ice resonance. So if Saki Fuwa have ice resonance in the future, isn't it better to pull for Saki Fuwa? Because Saki Fuwa is just straight out a better character. But we also don't know if Saki Fuwa will be nerfed in the future, so there's a chance that most likely she will be nerfed as well. So that's also something that you want to keep in mind. A lot of things to consider right here. We don't know what or how the future characters will be. Now, one very important thing that I've been told by a lot of CN players is comparing Saki Fuwa to Frigg. In the CN meta right now, Saki Fuwa is way stronger. Saki Fuwa has much more DPS overall, despite her being a defense type, which is insane. But a lot of players say this is much more of a balancing. Again, it is a balancing if every character is going to get the same treatment, like gets nerfed a little bit or gets rebalanced a little bit. But we don't know how the other characters' numbers will be, like the characters that haven't been released yet. So that's something that we can only speculate for now. If you are free to play, do you get affected? I feel like you do. Alright, if you're pulling her just for one copy, I think that's probably the safest thing to do. But if you're going to pull her for as a whale, right? Especially up to 3 stars, especially up to 6 stars. This is where the big nerf is there, from 25% to 12%, and also the multiplier from the dodge skill. This one right here, that's getting reduced by 100+%. That's something that you have to be very, very cautious. You have to keep in mind. If you guys are free to play, maybe consider waiting for a bit. Wait for other players to basically review or maybe try her out before jumping into the conclusion whether or not she is going to be better. So I still think that for a lot of players out there, Nemesis is still going to be the better pick, because Nemesis, even though she get rebalanced as well, if you guys are not aware, Nemesis CN and Global has a little bit of difference. Like you can see, the Volt Resonance is 15% in Global, but in CN apparently is 20% Volt Attack. But even then, I think Nemesis is still kind of strong, and there's a few other differences as well. So that could be the case. We'll see how it is. Based on the numbers, based on her kit revolves around this multi-slash thing, it seems like the nerf is kind of big. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. As always, if you guys haven't already subscribed, give this video a like. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.